beat. Kill the beat. Pittsburgh, nigga. Pittsburgh, nigga. Pittsburgh, nigga. Pittsburgh, nigga. Reporting live from the city of steel, where it's realer than real. Stay in your lane, dog, this killer be killed. And we can tell you how dead broke feel. We done struggled for real, and the shorties ain't got no chill. Young bucks running wild because the old heads tired. Shooting after shooting, got the hood on fire. North side hot, but the east side blazing. Pittsburgh real, this the city I was raised in. I wanna make it out, but I'm feeling like I'm caged in. My uncle like 50, still trapping out the days in. Trips out of town make me love my city more, but we don't love each other, dawg, we rather go to war. I was down bad poor when they put me on this tour. I'ma tell you from the door, I'm too hard to ignore. Heart pure, I'ma blow like TNT. We could bring it to the table, shout out TMZ.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to episode 8. You already know what time it is. We here with the champ. We live in Insomnia, 810 Brookline Boulevard. Y'all know what it is. This is episode 8. Let's get right to it. All right, y'all. You already know, like I said, we got the heavyweight champ in the world. I'm calling her heavyweight champ.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She 2-0 in her professional career. Hey, we just was at the Rivers Casino with one of her biggest fights. Listen, man, but before we get into that, let me give a shout out to the Insomnia. It's the new club we filming at. Y'all been seeing. Y'all gonna see different forms of it, different avenues of it. Make sure y'all come out, support. They got great food, great drinks, great prices. So it's at 810 Brookline Boulevard. If you haven't been over, it's in Brookline. Make sure you come through. You know what I mean? Hey, and I want to say thank y'all. Y'all, the last episode, the episode before, we had 30,000 followers. 30,000 views.
We up there.
We up there, yo. We had an all-time record, yo. That's episode 6, yo. We up there, so keep it going, keep subscribing, keep sharing, keep liking.
And engage.
Yeah.
We want y'all to engage.
Subscribe,
we need more comments. We want y'all to see what y'all thinking. We want to see. We want to know what the viewers are out there thinking. If y'all have any questions or anything y'all want us to go over, let us know.
Shit, if you want to be on the show, let us know.
That too. We're looking for sponsors as well. So if you guys have anything that you want to bring to the table, come on up.
Yeah, exactly. So let's get into it. What's up? Welcome, Miss Lady.
Hey, what's up?
You back again.
I'm back again. It's been a minute.
Yes, it has. Actually, you were my very first interview. This is when I started Pittsburgh TMZ. You know what I'm saying? I did your interview off the iPhone.
You did.
Started
You
from
did.
the bottom.
Now we here.
You did. And you were a little.
Whole team.
Yeah, right. You were a little self-conscious, and I kept on telling you, like, look, listen, like things are gonna grow, and look at you now.
Yeah.
You're filming episode 8.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Season 2.
Season 2.
Yeah.
You know, you have a cast and crew, so. You know, I'm happy for you.
Man, I'm happy
The
for
growth
you.
is real.
Like, I'm happy for you after seeing you down the Rivers in our city, like, professional fight. That was your first professional fight here in the city. You know what I mean? And come down there, it was hype down there.
Kudos to you.
You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Congratulations again on the win. Like,
Thank you.
like my thing is, I want to start off with is like, what's your preparations before a fight? Where you be at mind-wise, body, soul, everything? Like, where you at before a fight?
See, preparation-wise, I'm in isolation before a fight.
Okay.
I don't talk to anybody. I don't talk to a lot of family. I don't talk to any of my friends. If I do, it's very, very brief, and it has to be very, very important.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just in isolation. So that's what I do. I just say to myself and focus 100%.
So when you in isolation, I mean, what's going through your mind? Okay, we know you stand away from everybody. You block yourself out to the world. But what's going through your mind? Like let's say your last fight, this is your second professional fight, and you know she was such a fucking comedian. You know what I mean? I know it was kind of hard to take her serious, but what were you thinking in your mind? Let's say 7 days before the fight.
7 days before the fight, I was just thinking about my strategy. My strategy was just to stay calm no matter what. Because she tried to throw me off mentally at the weigh-ins or whatever. That's a part of the game. So my strategy was just to stay calm and just keep my jab popping, and whatever she opened up after the jab, I was just going to capitalize off it and make her pay.
Okay. How did she antagonize you, like mentally? How did she?
Actually, you want to know something? Like, I'm actually new to the pros,
Okay.
so I have 100 amateur fights. But in the pros, I'm new to the pros. So that was only my second amateur. That was only my second pro fight. So I'm not used to the arguing and the talking stuff.
Yeah, the
and the
antagonizing.
and the antagonizing. So when I got to the weigh-ins, I was a victim of bullying.
Fresh meat, girl.
But I knew that I'm from Pittsburgh, and if the good thing about being from Pittsburgh, we're humble people. We're humble people, and we're also we're hard workers. We're from the steel town. So I just have all of those Pittsburgh values in me. So no matter what she tried to throw at me, I'm a true Pittsburgher. So I got what you're looking for if you want it.
And you definitely gave it to her. You definitely
So
did.
you said you had 100 amateur fights. Is that how many you have to do before you go pro? Like, is there like a minimum or a maximum?
Actually,
or is it when you're ready?
You can turn pro right now.
With no fights?
You can turn pro right now.
Whoa.
Wow.
You can turn pro. I can sign you to a contract right now and turn you pro. You won't win.
No shit.
You won't get any endorsements, or anything like that. But
So then the goal is to get as many amateur fights so you can get those sponsorships and stuff like that.
See, the thing is, my situation is different. I have 100 amateur fights. My record's 100 wins, 13 losses. I'm in the Heinz History Sports Museum. I have a permanent exhibit. I was on Team USA for 10 plus years.
Congratulations.
I traveled the world, and now
Somebody in our own city.
That's awesome.
And now my coach is Roy Jones Jr., one of the best trainers.
Shout out to Roy.
Fighters / trainers everywhere. So it's like my journey has been a little bit different. I feel like my journey has been led by God for real.
It definitely has. And I see because we look into you and see the things that you do, especially me. I follow you. I've been following you for a while. And I see the journey. I see the trials and tribulations of the things you go through. And besides this great career that you're pursuing in boxing, you're a mom.
Yeah, I am.
You're a full-time mom. So how is that balance and how does that work, with fighting and being that full-time mom? Because there's a lot of full-time mothers out here that sometimes feel that they can't pursue their career, they can't pursue this, but you're doing it. So, what kind of encouragement do you give to a single mother out there that's doing that?
The encouragement I give is just really easy. If you want it, you'll go get it. If you don't want it, you won't go get it. It's that easy. Like, you could definitely, make those sacrifices. Definitely, stop doing this to do that. You could definitely go get what you want. There's no excuses. And if you really want it, you'll find a way to go get it. And if you don't want it, you'll find a way to make an excuse not to get it. It's really simple mathematics.
Exactly.
Ain't no mystery to
Exactly.
success.
So basically, she's saying you can be a full-time mom and chase your dreams at the same time. So don't let it be a...
Yep. So has the baby been in any of your fights?
Actually, she's 5. So she, she look, when we go out to places, people recognize me and people come up to me, and she's still understanding on she's still trying to figure out what I do. She knows I box though, so I don't understand. But she doesn't care about anything. She doesn't care about that I box. She doesn't care about none of that.
I mean, because you're mommy, so it's not that glit and glam isn't the thing.
I just fought at the Rivers Casino and I asked her to watch my fight. She didn't watch it.
I don't really want to watch it either. I don't want to see nobody be my mom, trying to hit my mom or anything.
Yeah.
I would want to jump.
She ain't watch it. So.
Would you bring her to the fight?
No, probably. I don't know.
Do you think that it would mess up your, like you said, you like to be isolated, you like to be in tune. It might put your mind somewhere else.
No, it won't put my mind anywhere else.
You be focused.
I just feel like what she might scream out might mess with me. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely in beast mode at all times. When I'm in preparation for a fight. But if she screams out, "Go, mommy," then I don't know.
Turn up.
Hold on, my baby.
You gonna turn up, huh?
Or I might just become like a lame. So it's like I
because
just.
she's watching.
Well, hold
I
on. What
just-
you
I
mean?
just-
You become like a lame, but get in the mommy mode?
Nah, it's like, oh man.
Yeah, that's
Turn soft real quick.
But it's all good. It's all good. That's
I mean, that's the come. I mean, she's probably gonna want to come sit You know, she's 5 now. You know, within the years you're just starting. I see you going a lengthy career, so she's probably going to want to come sit ringside and watch mom whoop somebody's ass. You know what I mean?
She will, but I'll be around in her life forever. So
Yeah.
you know,
But I think it's just me as a kid. If my mom or my dad would box, I'm gonna see my dad do it.
She could see me whoop her ass when she becomes a teenager. That's
When she get older?
Yeah.
When she get older.
That's what
She's
you can
still young.
see.
Yeah, because you don't want it to have an influence on her to think she could whoop ass because her mom whoop ass.
Now she's pretty grounded. She's actually just like
that's
me.
good.
I'm pretty grounded. You know, I'm
How
really
long?
humble.
Sorry, how long have you been fighting? I don't think we even asked that.
I've been boxing for like over 10 years, and I've been just like focused and dedicated on my craft.
How old
for
are
a
you?
long time.
For those that don't know. I know y'all always say you don't ask a woman
not
this,
supposed to
but
ask.
she's
Yeah,
in
you're not
boxing.
supposed to
But hold on. But she's in boxing though.
Y'all
It says her age.
Y'all can Google me.
She said, Google me. I know that's
it,
right.
that's
You
all.
want to know
And the
that?
reason why-
Google or Dre.
And the reason why
Clearly,
I
Dre
asked
don't know that.
The reason why I said that is because you don't look like a boxer.
See, that's a good black don't
You know what I'm saying? And for somebody to see you out in the stores or out in the mall, you would never guess that Tika's a boxer if you didn't know. And you like it like that. I know you like it like that. That way, you know what I mean? It's the surprise, the element of surprise. You know what I mean? So that's why I asked, because you look tremendous to be a boxer.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? So
And
that was
I
one
love
of my...
your body too. Bro. you motivate me to want to get up and work out because it's like your body shape and then you beautiful in the face. It's definitely a motivation. So.
Yeah. So that's why I asked
You're
that.
beautiful too. You guys are all beautiful.
It's definitely a motivation.
Did you ever think about doing MMA or you just want to do boxing?
You want to know something? I did think about doing MMA. Actually, train. Believe it or not, I train in MMA on the low, but I don't train in it to compete. I train in it just in case I fight an MMA fighter because they, they fight with different combinations and stuff like that. But I don't like getting kicked. I don't want to get kicked. Keep your feet
Yo,
on
that shit kicks loud as hell.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Here, twist
I don't
the
want
toes.
your butt in my face.
Yeah.
Like,
So
I'm
MMA
good.
is more like
More physical,
Okay.
wrestling.
It's more
You're down on the mat,
aggressive,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's more
It's
like
not-
wrestling.
so you just punch.
It's
it.
basically like boxing, kickboxing, and
Yeah.
wrestling all together.
Okay.
And I'm
Anything
good.
goes. You can't kick in boxing. But
I
you
already
do.
got to worry about 2 hands.
Yeah.
Now I don't have to worry about those feet and everything else. So,
Okay.
I know I definitely do not like MMA whatsoever.
Okay,
You
for
don't?
real?
No,
Because of that,
I
because of the
hate
feet and stuff like that, because you were able to
Do you
do
feel
stuff like that.
it. I hate it. I don't want to get kicked in my
Do you
face.
feel like more people get injured more in MMA than in boxing?
Yeah.
Have you ever got a severe injured during boxing?
I've never had an injury. Period. I've
Okay.
never
Knock
had
on
a.
wood.
I've never had a broken
Superstitious.
bone. I've never had a broken bone.
Yeah, that's
I've
good.
never had nothing
You
wrong.
must be
with-
bopping and weaving out there, like.
Well, they say float like a butterfly, sting like a
Hey, you
bee.
came to the fight. What do you think?
Yeah, she's fast
I've
with it.
seen a
She's
couple
moving,
flicks,
but
though. I
I'm gonna
definitely
keep
did.
it honest. My true feeling, I don't think your competitor was competition. I didn't think it from the start. You know what I mean? But like we've talked, you're only in your second professional fight, so there, Roy told you, you know what I mean, you got to work on certain things, you know what I mean, and that's like we talked. You said you were working on scoring. Like everybody
staying
don't
calm.
understand and staying calm. Everybody don't understand when you're going into this professional league, scoring is a main thing because you don't always get to knock a motherfucker out. You got to score on punches, different things to win the fight. So when it comes to that, I really see you more focused on that, on this fight.
Yeah.
Now, I want to see somebody where you really going to dig into their ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I understood what you were doing this fight, but I know it comes with growth, and along the way, you'll get ready to come on to someone that you're going to sting their ass. You
Yeah.
know
I
what
mean, if that
And
girl
then-
was in pro, sorry to cut you off. If she was in pro, then she must have been one of the.
Nuh-uh, because she just said that I could go pro tomorrow and I don't know if
I
it
guess.
So
Yeah, she
But
got
I mean, they're not going to put her against somebody who's like. They don't do that. They wouldn't do that, right?
What?
They
Put
wouldn't
her
just
against
you
somebody like what?
somebody who's a weak link, like.
No, the commission wouldn't allow it.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
just basically like.
So maybe that girl just had a bad day that day, and she got
Or
Well,
maybe she's just a champ.
That's what I'm saying.
Or maybe I work so hard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hold on. Maybe I work so hard day in and day out, and I sacrifice so much to be to have the fast hands and the footwork and the agility and the eyesight
And
that I have in
ambition.
a ring. In order to, whenever I do fight somebody that's on my level, you know, the competition, it looks like they're not competition. You know what I mean? Because I work so hard.
Yeah.
Clearly, when I at the weigh-ins, you know, the girl was talking stuff on me, but when I saw her, I realized that she don't work as hard.
No,
as me.
she got a gut.
She don't work as hard as me. You're not eating right. You're not losing no sleep. You're not training 3 times a day.
Yes.
You're not drinking a
put
gallon
that
or 2
dedication.
gallons
3 times
of
a
water.
day.
You're not seeing your family and friends. So it's like when I get in a ring with these people say like, yeah, they're not as good as you. Damn right they're not as good as me because they ain't putting in the fucking work like I put in.
Yeah.
So
and you can tell that.
They're gonna say that my next fight, and they're gonna say that my next fight, because I'm only gonna get better. I'm surrounded by Roy Jones Jr., who's one of the baddest motherfuckers ever. Sorry for my cussing.
No, you good.
I'm surrounded by Tad Mercante, who's one of the best Pittsburgh coaches ever, and
yourself, girl. You
look
got
at
that
myself.
ambition.
So
You got that drive.
So watch how things happen this year. This is only the beginning.
So now that leads me to my next question. What's your future plans now? Like, you know, like you just said, you know, this year is just is only beginning. Where do you see yourself come December?
December. Oh yeah, man, it's about to be crazy. It's about to be crazy. Where do I see myself this year? I know where I'm gonna go this year because I wrote it down. I'm precise like
Manifestation.
that. I'm precise like that. And the thing is with manifestation, see, that's new to like, you know, a lot of people. It's become new within the last maybe 3
years.
I would say
Ever
2
since
years.
Corona came, because people had a little
It's been become new. But the thing with manifestation is it's old. And when you write your goals down, it's not for you. You know what your goals are. There's something called the universe. There's helpers out here. And people might think I'm crazy, but
No,
I talk about it every show, girl.
but
Every
keep
show.
thinking I'm crazy and watch the people who talk like this, you know, succeed. What was I saying? So, like, writing your goals down is something called the universe. The universe pays attention to you, and the universe watches you. And basically, you're letting the universe know in a clear way, this is what I want to do. That way, the universe can clearly help you. So writing your goals down is not for you. It's so the universe can see it, and they can clearly
acknowledge it and help
Well,
you.
they say that it's not proven until you write it down.
Actually, you be organized. You be more like head on straight when you stop.
When I got
and write
hit to
stuff
manifestation and laws of attraction was I read The Secret and I read The Power, and this was 8-9 years ago.
That's a start, but
So-
really, you have to go into isolation, and that's really
That
And
is.
she does a lot of that.
Well, I do. Yeah, I am.
That's the start of it, because you have to know yourself and learn yourself to even.
But it has to be like you said. It has to be a daily practice and a you know.
It has to be a lifestyle.
As they say, the way of life. So
Right.
you say, man, you know, you write your goals down. So what are your goals to be by December?
To be by December, see, this year, and I'm gonna say it publicly. Everything I've ever said, I've always done it. Like I told myself years ago, I was gonna get in the museum. Tika Himingway is in the museum.
Okay.
And have a permanent exhibit. You know what I mean?
Permanent.
So basically,
She ain't gonna know.
look. So I'm with Roy Jones Jr., who's 100% backing me, 100% my trainer. Talks to him, you know, daily. I knew I was gonna get with Roy 10 years ago.
Okay.
See, nobody knows that story either. So I knew that was gonna happen 10 years ago.
Okay.
So basically, my goal for this year is to basically fight as much as possible and to get that platform that I want. Because listen, the platform that I want the platform. And a lot of people want a platform. Everybody want a platform. But what, can I cuss on this show?
Yeah, you can cuss.
Look, everybody want a platform. Well, what the fuck are you going to do when you get it? God just saying, everybody want a platform. God is just not going to bless you because you want a fucking platform. Or are you going to lead, or are you going to steer people in the right direction? Are
Exactly.
you gonna help people? Are you gonna bring people out of what they're going through and show them the light and show them how God works so that they can bring other people out? What are you gonna do with your platform? Everybody want to be on, but what you gonna do when the lights come on?
Exactly. That's
You know
the
what I mean?
difference. And that's
You know
where
what I mean?
Pittsburgh.
And a lot of people practice so hard on whatever they practicing on, and then when the lights come on, you don't know your lines because you're not prepared mentally and spiritually to even you know what I mean, finish the job. To even finish the job.
And that's what I tell a lot of people, because even when, where we come from here in Pittsburgh, a lot of people ask to be on the show. What do you got to offer to be on the show? You know what I mean? Because when I made this platform from Pittsburgh TMZ, that's what it was about. It was about showing, I'm going to show people that you can continuously go and to continuously do what your dream, whatever you want to do, but you got to be willing to sacrifice. Because it's going to there's going to be sacrifices, there's going to be things, and I wanted to show people, like with me, myself, speaking from I did 10 years. Most people come home from doing 10 years in jail and can't get back up on the horse. You know what I mean? So I'm showing the youth, I'm showing my sons, I'm showing the younger people, listen, just because I did 10 years, they took my life away, I came back and I fought harder. I fought better. And this is an example of it. You know what I mean? I'm doing this on my own. I'm not going to nobody. We built this team together. So it's something that is just showing. Like you said, it's showing what you going to do when the lights come on, what you going to do. You know what I mean? I even tell these rappers when they come on the show, these artists, listen, you want to be a rapper in the studio, you want to do this, you want to do that, but what about when you on stage? Can you hold a crowd for an hour?
Everybody wants the platform. Like right now, we're sitting on a stage. Everybody wants to get on the stage. Everybody's praying for that opportunity. But whenever God, because God will say, here, just so you could, you know what I mean? Just so you could get a taste and realize you need to come back down. But whenever God says here and you walk up on that stage, a lot of people they start stuttering. The lights are too bright. They start stuttering. They don't know where their posse is. They're not ready. You know what I mean? So get yourself together spiritually in every way, because in order to manifest your dreams, you have to become the best version of yourself possible.
Yes.
Now let me ask you this, because I was waiting. That's why I was waiting for you to say by December. Is there anybody you want to fight that you've seen? I mean, I know you're ready for any competitor, but is anybody that you be like, ooh, I see this bitch, and I know I've knocked her out. Is there, you know what I mean? As a fighter, do y'all get into that, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To that spirit? See,
the one great thing about me, and the reason why I have so much backing that I have with all of these high level, elite, legendary fighters, because I'm special, and everybody see me as a good person and being extra humble, but
very humble.
But I'm also
that girl.
Yeah,
I'm also
that animal, that brave. Yeah.
So basically, like, I'm special as far as I have the athletic ability to morph into anything and to beat anybody.
Exactly.
So basically, if I have to be extra fast and my footwork has to be perfect to beat that person, I got that. If I got to be extra strong and walk that person down and stay right on their ass, I got that. You know what I mean? So it's not like basically it's basically what I could do. I can do it all. So, and I listen. So basically, if you give me the recipe, you know what I mean, we're going to cook something up.
Gotcha.
Of course.
Gotcha.
I love your ambition. I love your drive. It's like something that it definitely is going to motivate a lot of our viewers, like, because it's sitting here motivating me. Like, so it's definitely going to motivate a lot of our viewers to go out there, go for their dreams, and chase anything that they want to put their mind to. So I definitely
do what you want and freaking be yourself.
Yes.
Like, that's another thing. Like, don't try to be like anybody else. Be yourself. Like, if you like pink and orange together and you want to wear pink and orange, rock that and be the best version of yourself possible. That's all. Be yourself.
And I mean, with this being Black History Month, you are definitely making Black history.
Yeah.
Especially for our city.
We Black every month.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, this month is Black History, and that's another reason why I had you come up on the show, because you're showing a lot of young ladies.
Definitely.
A lot. You're being humble, your education, your thrive to survive, the will to be who you want to be in this boxing game. You know what I mean? You're a leader. Like you said, you're in a museum. How many young Black women in this city could say they're in a museum for something?
In their own city.
In their own city.
And I'm still alive.
Exactly.
And permanent.
So you know what that was to me? To somebody who thinks like I think, that was a little hint from God that He had greater for me.
Mm-hmm.
I got into the museum. I got into the museum 10 years ago. So while I'm getting up there and while I'm saying my speech in front of these hundreds and hundreds of people, in my eyes, I mean, in my heart and in my soul, I'm really secretly thanking God because He just gave me a hint that, man, they got so much more coming to me, so much more. So
He sprinkled it. He just showed you.
That's right.
What's
Made
what
that
to come.
path.
that's
You
how
know
you
what I mean?
You
work.
So-
just be shining the light on there. You just be walking.
That's how you work.
And it's just crazy to me because, coming from Pittsburgh, and I just can't keep saying it. We don't see a lot of boxers, don't get me wrong, but just the light that you're in right now.
Right.
It's like you got that glow like on The Last Dragon when he had that glow. You got that glow on you to carry this city on your back as the first female undefeated professional boxer. And I know that's a lot. I know you hear that a lot. And just like we talk, sometimes you go into places and motherfuckers try you or motherfuckers want to see what you could do. Like, I know that gets to you. We talk about that. I know that gets to you. Not like to determine.
Actually, expect it.
Yeah.
So I secretly expect it. So like people see me being so nice and everything, and I am nice and humble, but I expect the bull crap, because it comes with the territory. So I'm quiet, and everyone likes me, and I have a lot of friends. So usually, if something is going on, people know I'm nice, so they'll tell whoever to chill out. So.
Hey, I'm gonna see you lucky you ain't hung with me yet, cause I ain't telling nobody shit. Go ahead, keep trying to knock you the fuck out.
She's fighting don't mean she should be out here just fighting.
No, I'm just saying, but you can't.
Well, wait,
you respect though.
Have you on TMZ for real?
Okay, girl. My question though is, if you're a boxer, because what I've heard over the years is, if you're a boxer, your hands are registered, so you can't technically fight someone.
Let me look. Let me clear this
Yeah,
up.
that's what we need to clear
Let me
up.
clear this up. This age-old, what is this? This
Myth.
wax,
Yeah.
this myth, or whatever.
Yeah.
So basically, I've been hearing this for my whole career. Oh, people will come up to me like, yeah, I can't fight. My hands are registered. Listen,
Try me.
you know how hard it is to get your hands registered. And also, you can fight.
Okay.
You can fight. So when someone says my hands are registered, their hands usually aren't registered because the process is so horrible that when you have your hands registered, you don't even say anything, and that's a fact. So people who have said I can't fight, my hands are registered,
You're perping.
nah, throw those hands with them because they can't.
Yeah. What you say? Take that first swing.
Take that. As soon as they say I can't fight, my hands I'm telling you.
Okay, so we
Pittsburgh
cleared that
way.
up. That's a lie.
I got one more question for you. Is there a special move that you got that you like the, boo boo boo?
Yep.
What is
Hold on, let me go back to that. But my hands are registered. I do have an ID with my picture on it.
Okay.
And a registration number.
Okay.
So clear that up.
So to clear that up,
Register my
my hands are registered. But you have to literally be a professional boxer and have competed in a professional match to have your hands to get that ID card.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So there is an ID card.
And you know where that came from? First time I heard it, Mike Tyson's hands. That's when they all started screaming that my hands are registered after his.
Yeah.
because
I've heard
he-
it over the years.
That's what I'm saying. But you got to think when Mike Tyson was 30 years ago. When Mike was fighting. That's what I'm saying. Mike's hands was the first one we really knew was registered.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Everybody
And
ran with
people
that.
start running with it.
Yeah.
Like, so our hands are registered. We have an ID with our picture and registration number.
So if you knock somebody out, they gonna come get your fist pranked.
No, that's a lie.
Yeah.
I can knock somebody out.
Okay. You said the court don't mean nothing.
I mean, you gotta protect yourself.
If they hit me first, I can knock them out.
Yeah.
Right.
But I can't hit them first. But once they hit me,
Yeah,
I
it's
can
open
knock 'em.
season.
I got
What's your special
Hit him with a nice
Special move?
three-piece, huh?
Oh, my special move is probably my jab. I like the jab because
I knew you was gonna
feel
say
like
that.
I feel like a lot of people can't even get past my jab.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of fights I don't even have to bring nothing else out because they can't
Yeah.
even get past this.
Don't show with hand, girl. You ain't gonna put your hand.
Oh, she
Say what
switches
that.
up. I watched her because I was
Okay.
yelling. I was yelling on the hit her with the jab because you know what I mean. She couldn't
Okay.
stay away from the jab. So that jab is something fierce. Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? So, hey, I would love having you. Welcome back again. You're going to stay on for the rest of the show.
We're going to have her again.
Yes.
When she's pro.
She's pro now.
Well, when she...
You mean when she the world champion?
Beat all the little small
when
fishes.
she the world champion.
Beat all the little small fishes' ass.
Yeah.
We're going to have her... Okay. We're going to speak it into this right now. When she's 10 and 0.
Hey, stay tuned. We're going straight into topics right after this.
A topic that I want to strongly talk about that I feel like is not really discussed, mental health within everyone's community, but I'm going to really narrow down on the black men. Like, I feel like us as black minorities, we don't get to express our pain or sorrow enough without somebody feeling like we're soft or we're vulnerable. And we really have real life issues going on. We really have stuff that we don't want to enclose or want to say to certain people because they might judge us or anything as far as that. Like, I just want to talk.
I think it is on speaking on. I think it is a major situation in our black community, and I get what you're saying as far as black males. Being a black male, but I also think it's the women too, because the women go through a lot from being single mothers, going through a lot from being in abusive relationships, getting cheated on. A lot of, that mental health, that takes a toll on the mental health for the woman. And you know what I mean? And I'm not a woman, but I see it. You know what I mean? That's just my observation. And as we're talking about this, I think that's a good technique that y'all need to, you know what I mean, as far as women. And I can speak from the man when it comes to the mental health, because we got this masculinity where we feel like we could take on the world.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be like that.
Do you think that it's an issue with not wanting to tell somebody else your problems? Because normally,
they look at you like you're vulnerable.
But because normally, I'm not saying vulnerable, I'm saying normally when you tell, like if I tell you my problems as my friend, you like, girl, or they're gonna run and tell somebody else.
Yeah.
So is that like the association with it?
I believe so.
Because when you go talk to a professional, it's like going to the doctor. That doctor is under HIPAA violation. He cannot tell
or expose
Yeah,
anything.
right, correct.
Yeah, but I feel as though like we need to ourselves, like be more engaged with ourselves on opening and accepting. Like, we are who we are, we're going to be who we're going to be. We all go through problems. Like, it's not the end of the world that you go through something. It's not going to be your last time going through something. Like, we literally we got to do better for ourselves.
I feel like it's where people wear costumes when they go out into the world where they, you know what I mean, they masking themselves. You know what I mean? You're not the person who you are sitting on your couch. You're not the person who you are with your children. You know what I mean? And then a lot of that is tied into mental health. And me speaking from being in the streets, being in jail, I always said with the veterans, when I came home from federal jail, I said I should be a vet because I went to jail on the war on drugs. War is war. There was casualties. There's been casualties. What's the difference between over there and, the desert? Yeah, it's in the desert where people, we're legally killing them. But over here in America and Homewood, we're illegally killing them. You know what I mean? And you're going through that where you're walking out your door every day. I'm coming up, and my mother was a single mother. You know what I mean? I'm coming up, I'm seeing this. I'm seeing the drug dealers. I'm outside playing with the drug dealers. I'm seeing what they doing, the fast cars, the women, the money. You know what I mean? And I tell anybody, I didn't have to go there. But I went there. And it became, and as I got older, I understood it all tied into mental health. It's because you feel, some mental health got to do with, I feel I'm fat. Or I feel I'm, you know what I mean? It goes through all them lifts of mental health. Or I feel like I got to fit in. I got to be with my homies. I got to be this way. I got to be this way to a woman because this is the way society says it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So mental health, society has the most, to me, has the most major impact on mental health. Even all the way to social media. And we've been talking about that through these last couple episodes. That social media makes mental health worse to me. And you know what I mean? Because people, if you don't get enough likes or enough views, some people are down in the dumps.
But it is me, because it is me, because like I said, past shows, that I've been to therapy for other things, but the main reason why I went back to therapy is because of social media. And now I'm in a funk again and fucked up and depressed because of my social media.
Exactly.
And it's not about the likes. It's about the business that I've grown.
Exactly.
So, you know what I mean? Like, I can't understand on that note how people are like, oh my God. Like I said it today. I feel like a loser with 11,000 followers because I had 75.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like a business mindset, and you know what I mean? It is fucked up. It is fucked up that I think that way.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I'm saying, because I get like that sometimes too when I say, damn, I did my best on this promo and it didn't shoot like some shit I just threw together. You know what I mean? So that's why I say the mental health within the social media, it is damaging us more. Because you got to think, if it wasn't for social media, there wouldn't be nobody worried about going live.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be nobody worried about, oh, take this picture, because it wasn't like that. You know what I mean? So it's all about self-confidence. It's all about, sometimes it helps build, but sometimes I think more than sometimes, majority it destroys.
We destroy ourselves. We definitely do.
You know what I mean?
But with you doing boxing and everything, like, is there a mental, like, stage that you have to, like, go into to literally outcast everyone out, even just isolation, like beyond that, like beyond isolation?
I just don't pay attention to anyone. I don't pay attention to anything. Somebody could be training their ass off over in Serbia somewhere with the best trainers, and I don't pay them any attention. I don't watch any of their videos because I know as long as I do what I'm supposed to do to the best of my ability, can't nobody touch me. So like in life, like I bring those same values over. I don't pay attention to anybody. I feel like I'm in my own lane all the time. So it's like my only competition is me.
Do you okay, so now my question to everybody is, have you ever been in a space where, because a lot of times when you're going through something, somebody is going to say, stay strong, stay strong, stay strong, you got this, and you're in the shower crying, or you're in your bed, you can't get out of bed, like, and you feel like, man, I wish I had someone to talk to that wouldn't judge me.
Yeah. So look.
I'm happy you smile at the situation. That's
I'm laughing because it's actually like just so me. So like before, some of my biggest fights, I go through, the Mike. I have the Mike Tyson syndrome.
What is that? For some people that don't know, what's the Mike Tyson syndrome?
All right, so the Mike Tyson syndrome. After you guys finish watching this episode, and after you guys finish filming this, Google it. Mike Tyson syndrome. Mike Tyson used to cry and have so much anxiety before all of his fights. Yeah. To where like he didn't even want to fight, and he needed like a lot of pumping and cramming to get him to fight. So I'm not like that to the extreme anymore, but I still get like that. And
do you feel like a therapist would help?
No, I end up getting it together on my own, but I have
it's like a
sports psychiatrist.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So you have a
so
psychiatrist. You do have a trained professional.
Yeah. So I do have trained professionals that will help me because you're fighting in front of thousands of people, and
yeah, that's a lot.
You don't want.
So what about you, Dre?
I mean,
have you ever?
I hate to say it, it's evident. 10 years in jail. So of course, there's been times. I'm away from my kids, my family, and I left my kids when they was 3. My daughters when they was 3. So of course, you know what I mean. And I ain't gonna lie. There's been times, and only a real man could admit this. I've cried in the shower. That's where most men in jail cry, because you don't let nobody else see you.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So especially you don't let nobody see that vulnerability. And you know what I mean. I was blessed not to have lost a family member, but I was in there with a lot of guys that has lost their mom. Couldn't go see their mom's funeral. Lost their brother, lost a kid. Like that's hard. So that mental period, going to jail is the mental frustration. Never being in jail.
But have you ever wanted to say, hey, I need to talk to someone?
I like in there, I was afraid. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay, so
because you don't want to show that side, and I felt like there's always a light on you, and I think a lot of men feel like that when they're in the penitentiary like that. So you know what I mean. That's one of the worst places. I think what I did with mine. With talking, I wrote letters.
Yeah.
Because I would write like 7-page letters. And it helped me at night while we were all in sleep. Everybody, snoring, farting, and all that. I put on my Walkman. It's the truth. You know what I mean? You got to figure.
Go ahead, Dre. Show your age. You put on your what?
My
Do you know what
Walkman.
Walkman is?
Yes.
Okay.
No. I mean, in jail, that's what you got. It's a Walkman.
No, I'm fucking with you.
But so
You know
I would
how
put
I
that
gotta
on.
fuck with your
I know.
age.
But I would put that on, and I would drift off. And I would write it out on them papers. And sometimes I find myself a tear drop in the bed. You know what I mean? But that was my gateway out.
So if you weren't in jail, this. I'm just trying to shed light on what
On the streets,
she said.
no.
I'm just
About the mental health
about
thing.
seeking
Like,
mental health.
Would you go get
If
help?
you weren't,
I'm gonna keep it
would you
live.
go talk to someone?
No,
Why?
because I feel like, I mean, I'm one of the percentage that feel like, what do I need to go talk to a stranger for? You know what I mean? And I'm still on the fence with that. You know what I mean? And that's the problem in this community.
But a stranger don't know you, so why would you feel like a stranger will judge you if they don't know you?
I mean, who really do know you besides you?
Exactly. I don't even know myself.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't even know myself half of the time.
I think
so.
that's the thing too. Going back to what she said, you got to be in tune with yourself.
yourself.
Exactly.
You have to be ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What you want
Mentally,
with
physically
yourself.
prepared. Yeah.
Exactly, and that's
So,
a big step for a lot of people. And I believe that's the problem with urban communities, any community. You know what I mean? Because we're not so gung-ho to go, okay, let me go talk to Dr. Phil and tell Dr. Phil, I like fucking 10 times a day, Dr. Phil. Yeah. I mean, some people see that as a problem.
No,
and there's really
Because
people
you have
out here that's like that. That's why
Yeah.
people can't stay in committed relationship, and that's just a minute situation
Right.
that you know what I mean. That people have, like, people don't believe that there's sex addictions.
I'm just trying to shed light on it. It's okay to
seek
talk to
help.
someone and seek professional.
Not even
help.
just professional, because there's some you can go talk to someone. Like even if your dog, if you want to sit and talk with your dog, the problem is we keep it bundled up.
Yeah.
We keep it so bundled up, and it just explodes
But these-
in your brain. It's like a ticking bomb that just literally explodes, and you can't control it once everything is just out because you didn't know how to handle it when it was so small. Now this green giant is built up.
When these professionals are helping you, give you tools.
Well,
To
see,
work
I
through
talk to a therapist
What?
myself.
Okay.
Not currently, but I did.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, I ain't saying I.
Because we
but
know
I-
you cuckoo.
I did. Yeah, I'm crazy, but
And if you've only ever been to one therapist?
only
Okay.
one therapist. But it was like 3 sessions. But it was after my brother passed away, and I needed some like
Yeah,
I
I
didn't know
got
where
you.
my mind was. I didn't know
Right.
how to deal with life or how to deal with myself at the moment. So it was like for me to enclose to a stranger, it was like, I don't think I can do this because you don't understand me. Like you haven't been to where I come from, or you haven't came from the roots that I came from. She could have been a black lady too. I'm not saying that. She could have been a brown lady, but it's just you weren't with me. So it's like, how can you relate, or how
And I
can
think
you
that's
help
our
me?
problem.
I think, but
I think that's
also
our problem.
I've been through a couple therapists.
Okay.
And that's the thing too. Like
you gotta find
you know,
the right
you gotta
therapist.
find the one that works for you. And again, you
See,
have to
I
be
didn't
ready.
give it a chance. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
I
didn't
went
give it a
when my mom
chance.
died. I went to a therapist. He told me I couldn't smoke weed. I said, "Fuck you, I ain't coming back." I went to another therapist. I felt like she was telling me everything I could tell myself. I didn't
Yeah.
go back. I went to another therapist. She couldn't relate to me with my stripping.
Yeah.
I quit. I have this therapist now. She might not be in the same lifestyle as me, but she can understand, and she gives me the tools, and I was open and ready and needed guidance outside of my peer group.
Yeah.
And you know what I
Yeah.
mean? If I go down the street and I see some, hey, you know, I like this. Do you like this? I needed somebody to tell me raw.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got. Now listen, I'm gonna throw a twist in this. Do you believe in relationships in 2022? Mental health plays a major role
it does.
in.
It does.
And then
Because
it's
a lot
coming
of
as
us-
3 women, like, you know what I mean?
A lot of us don't deal with previous situations or previous hurt or previous pain that we suffered from. So we're bringing it onto the next relationship or the next, just friendship or anything. We're bringing it into the next, and it's harvesting and it's damaging and it's just causing chaotic, which you didn't deal with from the previous.
And
So-
I go through that because, like, not, you know what I mean? I'll be like, well, I didn't get a chance to, like you said, heal from the last situation. And how do you not come into a new relationship still thinking about the last?
Because you have to heal yourself
But
mentally.
you know what?
like-
There's also another thing. I'm probably gonna. It's like EDMR. It's a special type of therapy that I'm actually starting it, and my friend has already gone through it, and it takes away all those triggers.
Okay.
It's probably like a closure.
It is. That's what my girl said. But it's painful to go through.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
but you need the trigger to
It's
hit those
very
emotions,
exhausting. Like when you're done with that session, you're very mentally exhausted for the next week. You're crying for no fucking reason. Like
Yeah.
you're like, what the
Hitting
fuck?
certain spots.
And I talked to my girl and I'm like, yo, this is how I'm feeling. And she's like, that's how this works, because they're working on certain things in your brain, and
That you
it's
don't even
trying
think
to
about or trying
untrain
to
you.
bring
And
out.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, Tika, let me ask you, you know what I mean? Because being in the world you are, 10 years from now, you 20 and 0, you retiring. Do you think you're going to need to sit down and go through, you know what I mean? Because after you watching, like, Muhammad Ali's, Tyson's, the Holyfields, you know what I mean? From the head traumas, the things from getting hit, you think you might go through a mental...
No, I don't deal with all that mental health stuff, because there's something called shadow work. Basically, shadow work is knowing what your triggers are, knowing what you need to change about yourself, and implementing a plan to make yourself the best version possible. So, believe it or not, I deal with mental health on a different level.
Yeah.
So I'll explain. So, I told you, like, I've been isolating myself.
Okay.
So I've isolated myself throughout the years. So I went through like a lot of therapy. I went through a lot of counseling, group counseling sessions. I did everything, you know, I needed to do possible to become like kind of whole,
Gotcha.
you know? And it's like right now,
Yourself.
my thing is I don't date.
That's
I don't date. I kind of want to now. I'm coming out of my shell where like it's like,
Because it
dang,
makes you
you know,
be like,
yeah, I definitely
but
want
you
to.
love yourself more. You find
No,
yourself.
what it is like I definitely want to date, so I'm coming out my shell. I'm saying that.
Yeah, y'all heard, fellas.
Yes, sir,
She want to
y'all
date.
heard.
Yeah, she keeps saying it.
But it's
what's your
like
Instagram?
I'm telling you,
On the
but
screens, go
I mean
flash.
the red flags. I ain't dealing with the red flags.
Yeah, and that's.
like,
But when you isolate yourself, not to cut you off,
go ahead.
you see a lot of those, like, because you notice a lot that you don't want to accept in your life. You don't want to. I'm in a space right now where I'm cool, so you don't want to really accept a lot of those red flags that everyone's coming with. And people come with a lot of red flags.
Well, this is what it is. See, people try to fill in the holes that they want to fill in the holes for their life. But really what it is you have to watch people from afar, and you have to see how they love. And like, you have to see how they love and see how, if you want to accept the way that this person loves.
Yeah.
Now, let me
You
ask
know
y'all
what
as
I mean?
women on that subject. So, like you say, you got to see how they love. Also, I'm going to take it a step further. Do you got to see where their loving background came from? Like, if they had a loving background, does that matter as women? Like, when you look at a man, because my mom always tell me, look at her mother, look at her family backgrounds, because if she's not used to, no, I'm just saying, I mean, whatever, but her background, some type of family.
I'm just saying, if he said, you know, if, for instance, you was dating me, you
I
ain't gonna
can
see,
see
my
it.
mama her.
But you would still be able to see loving things. You would still be able to see things from the past.
You
know
can
what I mean?
see how they are. You can
I'm an
go on a
asshole.
few dates with somebody. You can see how they are.
Nah, I believe
Like,
actions.
you can't hide
Get the
everything.
vibes. Get the vibes. You know, the feel.
But the family, if you're not family oriented, if you're 33, you've
But
never
what if
been
you grew up
family
different
oriented.
though? What if you grew up, you feel me, and you wanted to have a different way for your life? What
Yeah.
if you
And
wanna
that's why I
change?
asked y'all as
So
women.
you can't really look at nobody's
Yeah, I don't
family.
Do you look at a man like that when y'all
No, you
date?
can't really look at nobody's family
I
because
don't think.
what
No,
if they're
I don't
different?
think
Okay.
I ever have. I base it off of that man and how his actions meet up with his words.
Yeah.
Got you. Not if
Based on-
you grew up in a crack house.
No.
Not none of
What
that.
if you could be a sweetheart and your mom was just, it ain't your fault.
Okay.
You,
not.
I mean, because
you
some
can-
people
we all
do
have a
base that.
different-
That's why I brought
But
it
then,
up.
but
it has an effect, don't get me wrong, but it's all what you take out of life. Life is what you make it.
But you
So-
also have to put into the perspective, you know, Tim had 2 sons. Tim was an alcoholic. One son became an alcoholic. The other son became a Fortune 500
all what you
owner.
take.
So you know
Gotcha.
what I'm saying? Like, it really is. It's not where you come from or how they
It's
love.
how you-
It's
what journey you take.
what actions are they, you know, are they hitting what they're saying?
Okay.
To be honest, people don't even like people's mentalities be effed up.
Yes.
Because they be unequally yoked. Why you even
Exactly.
messing with him anyway?
And
He
we
was
worry
good.
about the wrong
He was
stuff,
good
too.
for Thursday for the club that y'all were at.
Exactly.
He's not good for
Long
next.
term.
He's not good for next Friday when y'all at
Amen.
New
Exactly.
York, the stadium in New York.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And
Like,
he
you
can't
gotta leave people where they are, and most times, you should not even be in a relationship with these people, and that's where the problem starts. You start in a relationship with somebody that you only should have been getting tacos with. You know what I mean? And that's the
And that go
problem
vice
right there.
versa.
Speaking of tacos, because she just had tacos. That's why she's talking
AKA insomnia. Insomnia.
Yeah.
Look,
Hey,
I'm
but she's
fucking
around.
up like Drake.
Yeah.
Insomnia.
That's what I'm
Talk
gonna
about tacos.
We're gonna take a
No
break right
tacos.
now, and I'm gonna give a shout out to Insomnia like we doing. The tacos was
shout out.
good.
Thank you.
If y'all want
Thank
some
you.
real,
Tacos.
some real Mexican food, the real Mexican atmosphere, authentic, everything. Make sure y'all come on out to Insomnia's at 810 Brookline Boulevard. They're here all throughout the week. There's different things going on throughout the week. And make sure y'all come out, patronize them. Make sure y'all come out, bring your family, your life. The environment is safe.
Definitely
it's comfortable.
beautiful scenery.
Yes, beautiful scenery.
I want to touch on this subject that I seen on social media this week about the Biden administration having a $30 million program to give people crack pipes.
Oh, damn.
But my whole thing is, how the fuck are you gonna give people crack pipes, but you gonna put the crack dealers in motherfucking jail?
No, for real.
So-
And not even legalized weed yet, all the way.
Shit. I mean, whenever weed is legalized, can we get free blunts? Like,
No,
can we get $30
they're
million
giving us-
worth of
they're
blunts?
only giving us their own special shit in their blunts. So
I mean, let's get.
just give me some extra money.
I'ma keep
and
it
I'm
real.
like,
Like, you know how like on
Shut-
food stamp card you get food stamps and
They
cash?
giving
Can
crack
we get
pipes.
blunts? I was gonna say blunts. Like, can we get like a
Just give me some
$20 a
extra
month
cash, 'cause-
blunt fee?
So listen. So let me get
You
this
said
straight.
blunt fee.
What are they saying as far as crack pipes? Because some people probably ain't see
Basically,
it, and
they're-
they probably at home right now googling like,
No, supposedly they do it with needles as well. So they have a structure set up that they give people fresh, clean needles.
Wow.
And I guess they're doing the same thing with these crack pipes. They're giving you fresh, clean crack
But there's
pipes
people
to
starving
do
out
your
there.
drugs.
But there's
And this
people
is what
starving. Yeah,
And this is what they're worried about.
This is crazy. I mean,
This
because
is
I
what
didn't
we're
even
about.
hear about it. So you bought it to us, but a crack pipe, they already been selling them at the A+ for all our life, and with the little roses.
They can
Them
go
is the
get a
crack
can
pipes.
from the
Yeah.
alleyway and make it themselves.
And this
dog.
is
It
coming
ain't
from a
nothing-
motherfucker. I used to be in a crack
Ain't
house
nothing
with
to
them.
it.
My question is, who's gonna be like, "Hi, I'm a crackhead. Can I get my free crack
There's
pipe?"
some.
Oh, they're definitely
There's
gonna
some.
do it.
That's how they get
Oh,
the
they're
deal.
definitely gonna
I'm
do
like,
it.
we want to be clean. We want to be, y'all want us to be clean. Y'all want us to be alive and not OD or not whatever.
Now, is this
however
on
they
the
do.
table to be passed, or is it?
No, it's on the table to be passed.
wow.
If
This
it has
doesn't
not
make no
We
already
need
sense.
been
another
passed.
stimulus check.
Yeah, I was gonna say, fuck the
Biden,
stimulus.
Biden,
Give us
take me on a
PUA.
date, please. We need another check.
Yeah.
I just,
Not no
I just
crack
think
pipes.
it's crazy as fuck. Like, y'all are giving people needles and crack
Right.
pipes as the government, but you're putting all these drug dealers that you don't want on your streets in.
But
in
see,
the
you ain't even
fucking-
going there. It's not even the fact that they're giving the drug dealers. It's down to, I think, 20 to 1. It was at 100 to 1. So what that means, when I went to jail in 2009, they did 100 to 1. 1 gram of crack equals 100 grams of cocaine.
Okay.
1 gram of crack equals 100 grams of
But
cocaine.
how many grams of crack do you need in your crack pipe to get high? Because
I mean, you don't need none. You don't
Why
need all
can't-
of that. But I'm just saying, it's just amazing to me. You done took all these men life, like when you said about the jail with the crack. You done took all these men alive, like crack was the worstest thing in the world when it hit, and it was. It was an epidemic. Don't get me wrong. But now you want to give crack pipes out, like what?
Here, y'all
To me,
collect
what
my
the
debt
fuck
right
is
on
America
out,
coming
'cause,
to? I
this
mean, it's
is
just like to
definitely-
me when you say that. What is America coming
Yeah.
to? Now we're solidifying smoking crack.
I feel like
They're accepting it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if y'all watch Snowfall, and I don't know how true it is, but 9 times out of 10, the government is bringing these drugs in here.
I mean,
And
of
they're
course,
setting up,
of course.
and they're setting up people, you know, with the drug dealers to give them the drugs to distribute.
Let me say this to you. What Homewood nigga you know got fentanyl coming in here from out of over from a fucking Africa?
I mean, first of all,
I'm just saying, I'm not. I mean, oh,
But
McKees
you, I
Sport,
know
yeah.
you. I don't know nobody in McKeesport neither, motherfucker.
But you know what I mean. In the city, we ain't got boats. We don't even have a dock and
Right,
shit here
right.
in Pittsburgh.
Right, but you're getting your shit from somewhere else who's getting their shit from somewhere.
Who's
That's what
bringing
I'm
it
saying.
from to America.
But that's what I'm
Bringing it,
saying.
like-
Like, you know, for instance, like I said, that is a true story. Nah, let me take that back because Snowfall is based on a true story.
yeah.
So it is. It's this. You know, the government gets this decoy, and then this decoy finds its drug dealer, then this drug dealer finds its distributors,
Yeah.
then
It's
these
all a
distributors find more
cycle. It's all a
distributors.
cycle.
But it's just crazy because you're locking these motherfuckers up and you're giving them crack pipes.
But see, honestly, it's not the crack pipe. It's the crack pipe is nothing. You can't get locked up for crack pipe.
I mean,
That's
but
just
they know what
paraphernalia.
they gonna
But
do
it's
with it.
promoting
Right.
the fact that you
Yeah,
smoke
they
crack.
can go here go clean pipe, go enjoy yourself, knock yourself
I'm
out.
And what's so crazy now
Knock
that you
yourself
tell
out.
me that,
He
I'm
is
gonna go.
way nicer.
I'm gonna go to my
Okay.
thing. and I'm gonna do a thing where I do my editing. We went from this is your brain on drugs to here. We're helping
drugs.
you.
You want to know what it is? I think that the government is giving us free crack pipes because there's about to be a huge new shipment in. And
I can agree with that.
We need the crack pipes.
I can believe with that.
Like you gotta think like it's
Because whether y'all know it or not, there was just a drought for the last 18 months on cocaine.
Why the hell would we know?
You know what I'm saying?
And then who's
There was
been
a
smoking
drought.
crack? Who's been smoking crack lately? Nobody. Have y'all been seeing it a lot?
Oh, shit.
Nobody.
Shit.
So basically,
Yeah.
the crack is about to
Or
come
the
back,
Because
and people don't
crack
got
is
crack.
cheap.
People don't got crack pipes no more.
I'm gonna
So
keep
now
it
we
real
need
with you.
crack pipes.
Like you said, with the government may be
Because
thinking,
now
like
we
she
crack
said,
pipes.
it may be a part of their plan. And now that
Of
she
course
said it,
it
it kind of
is,
makes
always.
sense
But they
because
want everybody in the metaverse.
off the dope. No, they want them off the dope. The numbers with the dope with the fentanyl has risen in deaths. So you never seen too many crack. Never. And listen, America, I'm not saying you can't die.
But fentanyl's in cocaine. It's in fake pills. It's in.
No, girl, they can step it on in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they can step in
yeah,
a lot of
that's what
stuff,
I'm
but
saying,
they're probably trying to. I don't know. We're
Clean,
just
that's
guessing.
what I said.
Clean
That
up
is
the-
what their
Yeah.
outcast
'Cause there
of it
wasn't
all,
as many
to
deaths.
make it be like not as harmful as you can have clean, just like the needles.
Yeah.
You can have clean.
That's what I'm saying with the
injections or
heroin.
anything.
We need
But
crackheads.
in all
though.
reality,
Yeah, we do.
We need crackheads.
I haven't been crackhead in a long time.
We need bring that crack back. Bring it back.
Crack don't kill. That's what they said though. But no,
Man,
I
my
feel
radio
like-
need in my car.
Said my
man.
tire need change.
Hey, there ain't nothing like a crackhead, though.
I feel
Real
as though
shit,
that
though.
is definitely promoting though. That's just telling them go out there and,
Exactly.
and do more. Go do crack more.
Exactly.
Here, I'm giving you a clean pipe.
like you
go do
said.
crack more.
Next thing gonna be giving out guns.
Here,
I
I'm
wouldn't
signing
be
first and
surprised.
last.
Yeah.
Here.
That's gonna be next. That's just crazy to me that Biden gets in there. And then this is my thing. People talk so much shit on Trump.
Listen,
Now Trump's ways.
I hate Trump as a president, but I love Trump as a businessman.
Yeah, but see, that's the whole thing. When they voted for him, they didn't think you're
I-
voting for a hustler.
I don't
But
vote.
I don't think not. Sorry, you can finish. But
Yeah.
I don't think that they have a lot of control as much as they promote that they have.
And that's why I
don't-
remember-
There's so
No,
many people
because it-
pulling the strings. There's so many people calling shots. I don't think they want us to think that this person has all the control over y'all. They want us to think that. But in all actuality, there's people behind.
No,
them
remember I
really-
said this shows ago. Do y'all believe in a secret society?
Of
I
course.
believe in a secret society. Because everybody thinks the president makes the last say. No, he don't.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not even that too. Like, you know, I personally, like I said, I don't vote. But people are like, you
Swear.
should have voted. No,
Yeah.
because it depends on your state and the electoral college. If you go back to, you know, civics in school. So it really doesn't depend on the person. It depends on the inside government who's going to
Who
elect
they
your
want.
president. But again, like you said, it's everybody else pulling the strings because in reality, we've seen it with Trump. You can't just
And
snap
then he
your
was
fingers and do
taxes.
something.
He didn't have. He was behind on his taxes.
Bring
Like,
Trump
there was a
back.
lot.
Give us free money.
And I mean, it's not that's the point I was
Even
trying to.
not in the position.
The point I was trying to say was the fact that everybody was against Trump, this, and the other. But I could guarantee you one thing: Trump wouldn't have been giving out no crack pipes.
Oh, fuck no.
He was giving out that money.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
Bring
And
Uncle Trump
to
back.
me, if that's the
He was
case,
probably like, you know, he's known for like all the like rinky-dink shit he hires and shit
Yeah.
like that. Shit, he probably be like, bring the crack back so they can come give me some great work. You don't know. He probably be like, send all the
Make
crackheads
it
to Manhattan. I need another building built.
hey, but it's just
Well,
amazing to me that's what they're promoting. I mean, because just the
It's fucked up.
kids.
No.
And
If
kids
you
are
got little
seeing
kids
this.
and you're saying this, and they say it's okay to get a crack pipe.
Right.
It's okay. No, it's not
They
okay.
had
It's
the
all
dare
over
things
social
where-
media.
So
People
how-
all these kids using social media.
How can you? I don't want to say promote this, but
They're promoting.
just like they do
They're
the needles, the
promoting it.
clean needles, the Narcan pen, the Narc pens and stuff like that. What are our children like? Like back in the day when we was growing up, and I'm 40. So when Whitney Houston was singing, I believe our children are the future. What happened to that?
Yeah, but
Because
she-
now
She
you're
was doing
teaching.
crack too. Like you cannot use her ass.
You
She
can't
was
use
back
her
there.
as a-
Well,
in
she
the
wasn't
future.
doing it back then.
Yes.
She wasn't smoking crack back then. At least we couldn't see.
Bobby. Nigga
What
said,
what
Bobby.
No,
happened
see.
to crack is whack.
No,
Come on,
listen.
guys.
That's y'all the
She can
younger
know.
generation. When Whitney was Whitney, Whitney wasn't doing crack.
So
She couldn't
Whitney
hit them kids.
wasn't a crackhead till she met Bobby, because Bobby was a crackhead.
See, we could argue that because they say she turned Bobby out.
See, we can argue all day. We
'Cause
don't
Bobby
know.
was an alky.
We don't
We
know.
don't know.
We don't know.
We just know they was in there together.
We don't.
We know
Yeah.
they was crackheads
You know what I'm saying?
together.
But that's just where I see it. Like I don't feel it's right to push that agenda, and I can't believe that in this day and age where we're going through everything we're going through that they're pushing, give out crack pipes.
But like she said, it's probably just a front.
And honestly, I think it's right. To be honest, let me explain. Let me explain my controversial statement
Let's
I
go
just
ahead.
made. I think it's right to give out crack pipes. This is why. If I was a billionaire and I wanted to control the population, I'll kill your asses off too. Get the fuck off my money.
That's the truth.
But
that was Corona.
from the from our perspective,
It was.
from our perspective, what if they put something in there and be turning them all them crack into zombies, and they just be coming after us like?
But all y'all motherfuckers got the shot. I
What we
mean, I
gonna
don't
do?
know, but
What we gonna do?
I don't know what y'all was getting in them
You better use
shots.
those fists, girl.
I ain't fighting.
Zombies.
Zombies don't die.
Yeah, zombies don't die.
That's a gun. Don't you got a gun license? He has a gun license.
Yes, she do.
We got you.
Y'all got me?
We got you. You help us fight off the motherfuckers that's trying to get our rations, and we'll shoot the motherfuckers in the head that's gonna die.
But all seriously though, I don't think it's a good thing. Promoting crack pipes. That's like promoting. I mean,
That's
that's
kids
not.
go out there.
They're doing that. They're promoting sex. Always been. Like I got to think about this thing with the sexual, and I'm gonna say this before we end the show, because I'm tired of it. 50, if you watching, if you ever tune in, anybody from Stars, listen, man.
Swear.
Give us a goddamn warning.
Oh.
Please, everybody doesn't choose those lifestyles. And there's nothing wrong with the lifestyle you choose. But once again,
Sometimes it's just
pushing the
We're watching
agenda.
it with kids and all this.
No, you shouldn't be watching Power with kids.
Power with kids.
I'm watching with my mom and
I mean, but we talk about kids, and when I'm saying pushing the agenda, that's where I'm coming by bringing this up. Because now you're pushing crack pipes. You're pushing different lifestyles.
And again, with
You know what I
social
mean?
media, it's on a higher platform.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like you were saying,
it's
back in the
already
day,
there.
you'd have to wait to get a letter, or wait to get the magazine, or
Or the
you know
11
what
o'clock
I mean?
news, kids
or
in
the
bed.
news,
Society.
or listen to it on the radio. Oh, you know how they be like, oh, we heard this story. We'll be back in 45 minutes
That's
to tell
another
you rest.
thing too. We be so mad
too
at
much.
everybody about society when everybody's trying to fit in. When everyone like 50, he's trying to keep in motion with
I'm
society.
sure.
Like
Exactly.
doing his show though. Like
I mean, and it's
like,
not.
I'm sure
it's
he
not
has
just him.
underwriters.
No, I was going to
and
say
shit
that.
like that.
And a lot of
That
people,
too.
It's not just him.
Yeah.
they go to 50, and I be dreading this because with me being, started the show, started the Pittsburgh TMZ, starting this thing. When shit go wrong, they gonna shoot at me.
Yeah.
50 has a team of 20 writers. 50 does not get to say so. That's what everybody understands. 50 is the face of the brand. You know what I mean? And that's what anybody that's in this game right now, they have a team. From Moneybagg Yo,
It's
from
like
Nicki
Trump.
Minaj.
Right,
they have a
right,
team.
right,
Trump. You have a team that sits down with you. It's not their fault. But what I was saying is that I got to get ready for people to come at me when they don't like something that's going on here. So now 50 is just, you know what I mean? He's a target when it comes to things like this. So that's why I say I'm getting myself
50, can
ready.
you come on our show
Right,
so
talk
you
your
can tell
shit.
us about that's all he love to do. So
Exactly.
Shit, 50.
And that's what the writers are putting that in there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's what's selling. Sex sells.
Yeah.
And in this society,
and in the
Crack is selling, so
generation
that's
that
what
we're
they
in,
giving the price
Exactly.
we want to make it equal opportunity.
and
for
I
us.
have not a problem with that.
Right.
But what about the people that don't
But like
want
you
to see
said,
that?
right? Like you said, just pushing agendas. We need to stop doing that and be aware
And
that
be mindful of
everybody's on social media. Whether you don't, whether there's a age restriction on it or not, you're gonna find a way to get on there.
And I think that's bullshit because I think at this point in time with these predators and all of that, when you got to get your page back, you got to send your ID. I think to open up a page, you should have to put an ID because that will stop a lot of these kids from being on there. So
But
if you
Yeah,
look,
but how many parents set them up for their kids?
Yeah,
And
'cause I would
monitor
probably
for
still
them
try to
kids.
find a way.
but they can find a way around it. Like you could take away from your kid, and they can go open
Well,
another one.
some parents allow them. Like some parents.
It's up to you.
Again,
But you still
like I
have
said,
to
it
put the
comes back
ID.
to the
Yeah.
Somebody has to put the
Yeah.
ID, so you're responsible
Right.
for your child's
Shit,
viewing.
Kanye come on the show because he's battling about this shit with his
Exactly.
daughter being on
Yeah.
TikTok
Exactly.
and it not being of her age.
Exactly.
And
And
I don't blame him for that too, because there's a lot of things that's on TikTok that's not.
It's
in
just
the
in
genre.
general.
But they're
like,
pushing
a lot
it.
of things.
Yeah.
That's
on
what the thing
social
come back to
Because
mental
they
health.
want the money. The kids on the money though.
Back to mental health. They're pushing it, and it's dealing
The
with
kids
mental
or
health.
they
Because you ever
grow.
take your phones away from kids?
Yeah,
Do you see that? Listen, Kevin Hart said it the best that he know, like a fiend, they're junkie with this phone. And me growing up in the time that I've seen it myself. Me growing up, we weren't junk. We were junkies for about flipping off of dirty mattresses in the alleyway, playing house, club, tree houses and stuff like that. Not no phone. And I went and watched this Social Dilemma.
Did you?
Yeah.
I went and watched that.
Ain't that shit fucking
Listen,
wild?
the shit's crazy because after I watched that, and listen, anybody needs to go watch that.
It's
They
on
tell
Netflix.
you about this phone, and now I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you pick up your phone,
Yeah.
you're
It's
in your phone for
notifications.
5 to 10 minutes, and all you was looking for was the fucking time.
Yeah.
You seen it was 2:15. Now you look back up, it's 4:30. You still scrolling. So you know it's the same with you.
Yeah,
You know
right.
what I'm saying? So with this movie on Social Dilemma, she always, been telling us about it. I went and watched this on Netflix. And they break it down. And I really, after I watch it, I really see.
Yeah.
It's an agenda they're pushing. Back to what we're saying. It's another agenda. A lot of stuff that's messing with our mental health, messing with a lot of different things is the agendas that they're pushing.
These
That's
secret
why.
societies.
Exactly.
Because they have a
I'ma tell you,
hidden
like-
agenda, or they have a shipment coming in, or they have an
way
exterior
that they
plan
want.
to.
Like New Jack City, the rich keep getting richer and the poor don't get a motherfucking thing. And that's what it's about out here. You know what I mean? And that's
I
what.
think this was an awesome show.
Yes, I
Thank
do.
you for
Thanks for coming.
And
Yeah.
sitting in
Being
with
our
us on the
inspiration,
topics,
or
too.
knockout inspiration.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, tell people where they can follow you, Tika. Tell them what you got
Your
coming up
next
next.
fight.
Give them a brief,
Boom.
close out. Tell them.
All right, so what's up? Tika Himingway. We had a great show today. You can find me on all social platforms. Tika Hemingway on Facebook, Tika Hemingway on Instagram. And where you can find me next, I don't know, I'm coming to a city in a ring near you. Team RJJ, Pittsburgh, we in the building.
Say it louder.
Is you letting them know about your little podcast you doing?
Yeah, we not
that's
yet,
not
not yet. Hey, but she did say she great start doing skits. That's great. Come, so stay tuned. She great start doing the comedy skits.
Yeah.
Keep
You know what I
everything
mean?
on the rise,
Listen,
on the
and
rise
I'm
until
gonna
she
follow
pop
you.
out.
The family's gonna follow you. We're gonna continue.
Oh, I
The
already
girls,
did.
the reason why they weren't there, it was my fault. I'm gonna say it on camera. I didn't invite them. It was
You
my
didn't tell
apologies
us. But
because it
I
was
followed
last
you on
minute.
Instagram already.
But
so.
they will be at the next fight that we could get to. We're gonna be there. We're Team
Support
Tika
you
all the
on,
way.
girl.
You know what I'm saying?
Thanks for
You
having
better
me
throw a
out.
punch for me. I'm gonna
You
get up
already
there
know.
like, here, let me in. Let me at her. Let me at her.
Hey,
I can
so
fight too, sis.
shout out to Insomnia. Make sure y'all come out, patronize. Shout out to Case Films. Y'all see him on the camera doing the visual works. Man, he doing his thing. Hey, listen, man. Anybody that wants to come on the show, you need to get with us. We want y'all on here. I don't care. I can't keep saying this enough.
Slide in the DMs.
Businesses, up and coming child cares, anything you want the community to see. You need to come sit down on the show. You know what I mean? We want more conversation. We want more interactions with y'all.
So everybody can know about you and your business or what you bringing to Pittsburgh. Let us
Bring
know.
it to the table.
And I'm going to jump out here and say this and end it like this. We number one. See y'all next week.
Number one, baby.
BB, kill the beat. Pittsburgh, nigga. Pittsburgh, nigga. Pittsburgh, nigga. Pittsburgh, nigga. Reporting live from the city of steel, where it's realer than real. Stay in your lane, dog, this killer be killed. And we can tell you how dead broke feel. We done struggled for real, and the shorties ain't got no chill. Young bucks running wild because the old heads tired. Shooting after shooting, got the hood on fire. North side hot, but the east side blazing. Pittsburgh real, this the city I was raised in. I wanna make it out, but I'm feeling like I'm caged in. My uncle like 50, still trapping out the days in. Trips out of town make me love my city more, but we don't love each other, dawg, we rather go to war. I was down bad poor when they put me on this tour. I'ma tell you from the door, I'm too hard to ignore. Heart pure, I'ma blow like TNT. We could bring it to the table, shout out TMZ. That 5 minutes of fame put me back in the game. Dre and Phil feel the same, said they feel my